ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson, and welcome to Sports Monday. The next couple of days will be all about basketball. There's the Battle for Atlantis, the Junkanoo Jam tournaments, both jumping off on Thursday. The first round of qualifiers for the FIBA America's Basketball World Cup starts Friday. Even though the national squad is missing professional players like Shavano Buddy Hield, who is not available to play, head coach Mario Boleg is confident that the team can net wins.
Normally we would have stayed in a block and just go off the players we knew about and not searching out other Bahamian basketball players. But an executive crew decided to go on the internet, start communicating with Bahamian players that are playing abroad, and like Keno Burrows was one of those who was able to say to us, listen, there's one or two other guys playing in France that I know about that are Bahamians that I think we should take a look at. And so just going on the internet and Googling some of these guys, Bahamian basketball players around the world, we began to come up with much more players than we've known about. And as we came about them, it's just a matter of looking at their stats, what they're capable of doing based on some of the players we were using in the past. And we made it our business that there has to be time for change, and there are better players out there.
Now, the Bahamas will be playing in Group of the Americas. Charles Fisher tells us in this report the players who will be going up against the U.S. Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic, and host Canada.
Named to the squad: Dustin Baker, Michael Furley-Bain Jr., Abel Joseph, co-captain Lyndon Rose Jr., Michael Carey Jr., Captain Jerron Keno Burrows, David Nesbitt, Jonathan Augustin Farrell, Markson Fort, Robert Notman, L.J. Munnings, Shavano Cooper, and Shaquille Clear.
We're working very hard. I love the group. I've been a part of this national team for, I think, 11, 12 years now. And this is one of the hardest working groups. Humble, no egos. Everybody just want to do their part and as a nation, qualify.
Going forward, the only expectation is to win. There's no, excuse. I think that we have what we need. They've done a great job of assembling the team. Coaching staff has done a great job, directing us. And so, now it's up to us to go out there and perform.
Head coach is Mario Boleg and will be assisted by Wade Watson and Moses Johnson. Head of delegation, Rodney Crippy-Wilson. Team manager, Elvado Kim. Bahama with a slam dunk investment in the BBF.
I've been a part of the Bahamas Basketball Federation for about 15 years, and no one has come to the rescue of the Federation as like Bahama has over the last week to sponsor this Federation. And Bahama has made a commitment for $250,000 over the next 3 years to ensure that we get our best athletes home, to represent this country well, be treated as professionals, and ensure that we get where we need to go.
We feel as a world-class destination resort, this was fitting to be associated with a world-class basketball team. We don't back losers, we only back winners, and we know we have an absolute winning team here that'll make all the way to the World Cup and all the way to the Olympics, and we're only expecting the very best out of the team.
Team Bahamas leaves Wednesday for Canada with their game on Friday. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thank you so much, Fisher. Joining me in studio is the newest member to the men's national basketball team, Robert Notman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
And I must say congratulations on being named to this year's team. Even though you're not a stranger to the sport of basketball being played on the professional level, how do you adjust now coming on to the national side of things?
Well, we just have to come together as a team. There's a lot of new faces I'm getting used to, getting accustomed to, and we're coming together really well, and it's going to be a really good experience, and I think we're going to be really successful with this team.
Play-wise, is it the same as playing in Canada where you're based?
It's pretty similar. In Canada, I play with a lot of really excellent athletes, a lot of guys that can run really fast, jump high, are smart, know the game, and all the players on this team could play where I play, or even higher. So it's a very good experience.
Do you think Team Bahamas can actually move on to the next round?
There's no doubt in my mind that Team Bahamas can do that, no doubt.
If you had to scout the team, what would you say is the strongest aspect for Team Bahamas? Is it the offense, defense, and the makeup? What is your strengths and weaknesses?
Our strongest thing would have to be our defense. We play in your face defense. We're aggressive. We run. We're fast. Up-tempo basketball, exciting basketball. It's a very electric team.
Now, a lot of people might not know that you don't play in the New Providence Basketball Association, so can you tell Bahamas where you're based and what are you doing?
So I'm based in Canada right now. I've played in the National Basketball League of Canada for the last few years. I've also played in Europe. I've played in Australia. I've played in China. And I've just been going around the world playing this game.
Now, you're going to play a home and away games. You're based in Canada. What is the feedback from the Canadian side, and do you think Team Bahamas has what it takes?
Team Canada is not going to know what hit them when we come in Canada, in Halifax. So we're going to come aggressive at them, and I think we'll do really well in Canada. I have no doubt that we can beat this Canadian team.
Thank you so much, and I hope Team Bahamas wins all. And I want to invite the general public down to the home-based game when they're playing here at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Once again, I'm Kelsey Johnson.